down. I think I got to thin them out. Like, how much do you usually take off in that situation?
It's always hard.
I've got an orange sherbet that looks like a bush now. It's like falling over.
Yeah. And it's always hard because it's the hardest thing in the world to thin your own fruit.
Yeah, there's just so many branches.
This is where the only time that I would love to have employees, because if you're not emotionally attached to it, it's better, right? You're getting paid for it, it's better.
So just get rid of a bunch of them, man. Try not to let it
I
wait
normally
out.
would take off, like, if you take off half, what really normally happens is the others will compensate in size, which the trouble is you got to do it early.
Okay.
Because you do it now, you won't get the benefit of size. But if you do it early, the ones that are left on there can increase in size by 50% to almost make up in weight from what you took off. And so that's really one of the things. So like this year we had a lot of our wangos are so prolific. They just set so much fruit that they are, if you don't thin them, they end up being like that big and they don't have any sugar because there's not enough leaves.
Isn't that similar to what they have happening in California with our rootstocks? Like when they get turpentine and then they immediately flower and kill the tree.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the big problem. I mean, it takes, fruit are very expensive to the tree. So if you don't have a good leaf, if you don't have a good leaf canopy, you don't get sugar and you just don't get a good fruit. So part of the problem in any small fruit are always, they're not, I mean, a small size variety is fine. But when you have a variety that can get big and they've had their size reduced because of crop load, that's an inferior product. Yeah. So this happens a lot in commercial mangoes, right? And this is one of the big things we fight is growers don't look at it that way, right? They look at it, they get a big crop and they're like, oh, we're going to make so much money. And I'm like, Cerulli Brothers, we are the best marketers of mangoes in the world. And I am telling you, no one will pay you for small fruit. No one.